Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to learn how to work on query in Power BI. In previous video, we had explained in detail how to load Power Query. If you had not watched that video, click on the above link. Power Query is a powerful tool that enables us to manipulate and transform data before we load it into our Power BI data model. In this video, we'll be covering some of the most common and useful features of Power Query, including splitting columns, changing data types, using the first row as headers, and replacing values. If you're new to Power BI, don't worry, we have created a complete watch list that will guide you step by step, where we explain everything you need to know. So let's dive in. In Power Query Editor, when you open Power Query, you will see the Power Query Editor tab, which has a ribbon with subcategories for each function. In this video, we will discuss the Transform tab. The data we have loaded into Power BI using Power Query is not in the proper format. As you can see, we don't have column names, and the rows are also not in the proper format. To fix this, we will start by removing the top row. We can do this by clicking on the Remove Rows tab, and drop-down window will occur and we will select Remove Top Rows. Then pop-up window will appear where we need to insert how many row you want to delete. In our case, we will be deleting only first row, so we will type 1 and hit the enter button. Now you can see that our first row is deleted. When we loaded the data into Power Query, we did not have headers in our data. Power Query allows us to use the first row as headers for our data. Let's see how to do this. We need to use the Transform function. Under the Transform tab, we can find the Use First Row as Headers option. Once you click it, you can see the first row is added as a header. In column C, we have the order date, but it appears as a whole number rather than a proper date. To convert it, select the column and go to the Whole Number tab. From there, select the Date option and click Replace Current. Similarly, we can convert the Ship Date column as well. In the postal code column, the whole number is appropriate. However, the discount column has decimal numbers, which we can convert to percentages by selecting the Decimal tab and choosing Percentage. With Power Query, you can easily change your data type to anything, such as decimal, fixed decimal, whole number, percentage, date, time, text, binary, and more. Now we will test the Replace function in the Power Query. Replacing values is a common task when working with data. Power Query makes it easy to replace values in a column. Let's see how to do this. To test the Replace Value function, we will select the Region column. Then, we can click on the Replace Value function. A pop-up window will appear, asking us to insert the value to find or replace within the selected column. Whatever you need to replace, you can select Insert in the first tab, and with which value or text you need to replace, insert in the second tab, and then hit OK. Now the next function is to split the column. Splitting columns is a common task when working with data. Power Query makes it easy to split columns using various delimiters such as a comma, space, or a custom delimiter. Let's take a look at how to do this. To split a column in Power Query, we can select the Order ID column and click on the Split Column function. A drop-down menu will appear, and we will select the first option, by delimiter. A pop-up window will appear, asking us to enter the delimiter. We can select or enter the delimiter by clicking on the Custom option and typing in the delimiter we want to use, such as an underscore or a hyphen. Here we will type dash. Next, we will click on the Advanced Options button, which will allow us to specify how many rows and columns to split the column into. In this example, we will split the column into 3 rows. We can then click the OK button to split the column. After splitting the column, we can rename the new columns by right-clicking on them and selecting the Rename option. For example, we can rename the new columns to Date, Year, and ID. Power Query is a powerful tool that enables us to manipulate and transform data before we load it into our Power BI data model. In this video, we've covered some of the most common and useful features of Power Query, including splitting columns, changing data types, using the first row as headers, and replacing values. In the next video, we are going to discuss append queries, so stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe, so that you don't miss out on your learning, and thank you for watching.